It's the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see Dak Prescott. He comes in 4th in the league in passing this.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And the Cowboys making their way out behind the NFL's leader in touchdown passes for 2023. In his 9th season now, Dak Prescott.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Play 1, and Prescott to the air. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A big play there on the first play of the game. 41 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Throw is caught by Schoonmaker. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. And again, it's Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a 1st down.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guys' pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Looking to throw, Prescott. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now Prescott. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Elliott is in. Touchdown, Dallas. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And out come the Lions for their first drive behind their 9th-year quarterback in year number 4 with Detroit. It's Jared Goff.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It was too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
There's a nice move. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You look at this Cowboy defense. They were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And all defensive teams that I know, Talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First carry now for David Montgomery. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
No big surprise, Micah Parsons doing what he does so well, dropping him for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Back to throw, Goff.
Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11.
A shotgun snap for Goff.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. Kevontae Turpin deep for the Cowboys.
And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line.
The Cowboys offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. I mean, he's been solid here in the early part of the season, currently ranked in the top 5 amongst NFL quarterbacks in passing yardage.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. To throw is Prescott. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Here's Prescott. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Cowboys at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll throw again. Prescott.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Here's Prescott.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down. Prescott to throw it.
Finding Tolbert here over the middle.
Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35.
2nd down and 4.
Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Prescott now. And that's complete to Cooks.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Zeke going to get it on the option.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Now this defense for the Lions very strong in that victory a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down and they're playing with extreme confidence.
This ball tipped and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Prescott from the gun on third. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
Fires a slant, complete to Tolbert. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Prescott. This is caught. Stops short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home. 2nd and goal from the 1. Throwing. Prescott. Forced out to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott, his 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Cowboys are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive.
And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Inside give to Elliott. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. As they've got it as we resume action. Now Prescott. And it's caught. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott
His third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
And you can bet when they were in that huddle, there was definitely some urgency because I'm sure they were saying to each other, we got to push this one in right now so we don't have to run this on 4th down, and there'll be extra bodies in the hole. That's excellent work there at the point of attack. All it takes is one little crease as he fights his way into the end zone.
Aubrey good with a PAT, and that makes the score 21-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Gibbs will try and pick it up. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Play action. It's Goff. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Mike McCarthy pretty decisive. He brings out that red challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Now Goff. That's complete to Laporta. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. He's got it to Williams. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Goff and Williams hooking up there for a Lions first. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Wright's got it. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. In motion, the tight end. Off play action. Here's Goff. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Micah Parsons in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will stay a 3-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott getting ready to go once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. Looking to throw. Prescott. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's got it to about the 40.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
40 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. This offense so far on 3rd down can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Play action now. Prescott. It's caught left side by Cooks. So the completion gets him just a yard, and now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Toss left to Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Over the middle, complete. That's Lamb. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And his kick is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
And able to get this out to the 25. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're
You don't
down.
want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
Now
just
you
called
can
it.
go.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that they've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Goff. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Patrick. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. To the air again. Goff. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on them, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Here's Prescott. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he will have a Cowboys first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6. Prescott to throw it. Able to hit his target, Lamb. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and 5. Prescott down. Finding Tolbert here over the middle. And the Cowboys are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down,
and that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gibbs. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now a play fake, and it's Goff. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Goff now to throw. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now Goff. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big. And now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with the bigger guy to try and use size? Got to try and go with the quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Here's Prescott. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 27-yard line. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Crossing route complete. Catch made by Cooks. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 25 yards that time. Now Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys just continue to roll. Aubrey now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Another shot now for this Lions offense. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. A third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Back to throw, Goff. It got his man, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. Down to about the 37. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the 3rd quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
From the gun, here's Goff. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. And his kick here is good. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The home team's offense and the veteran Ezekiel Elliott set to go to work once more. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something, because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. Now Prescott. That is caught. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first. A partner still in the third quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the fourth quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Again, it's Elliott. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On play action, Prescott. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down. Prescott. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Credit that sack to Marcus Davenport.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 17-yard line. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. A first down carry by Elliott. And after the nice stiff arm, the next wave swarms in quickly for the stop.
Tackle by Emmanuel Mosley. Now 2nd and 5.
A give to Elliott. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Throwing, Prescott. And Cooks has it over the middle.
And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Given up a lot of points in this game, but looked better on that play. Looking to throw. Prescott. He's got it. Touchdown.
CeeDee Lamb.
From 6 yards away.
And the Cowboys continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over.
Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. In motion goes Patrick. Goff. Skirts by him at the 35. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Goff. Stiff-armed him. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 41-yard line. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Goff now looking to throw. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 18. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's Goff. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Tim Patrick. His first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board and ledger sheet and keep this from being a total loss. Give them credit. They're going down fighting.
Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
104 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
A gain of 3, second down.
Cowboys, let's go. Let's go, Cowboys, let's go.
They go to Elliott again. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Subsequent gains of 3, 4, and now 5 yards. Good enough for the first down. Here's Prescott. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but, Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Prescott yet again. He gets it to Cooks. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line. 13 yards down to the 13. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
This throw left side is caught by Tolbert. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down. In motion left goes Cooks. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Dak going to hand it to Elliott on the option. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. That's complete to Laporta. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Goff. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. They only get 5 out of that quick slant, but that's good enough for a first. Now Goff. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Throwing again is Goff. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. One last throw here for Goff. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was safe. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for Dallas,